So, ladies and gentlemen, it's become a tradition here in Detroit to give an overview of our sales figures for the previous year, and I'll now continue to do that. Now, last year, the BMW Group sold close to 1.29 million BMW Mini and Rolls-Royce brand automobiles, which was about 10% fewer than in 2008. Now, taking a look back at the individual brands, BMW delivered close to 1.7 or 1.07 million vehicles. Mini held its own in a very challenging year with sales of more than 216,000 cars, and Rolls-Royce delivered over 1,000 automobiles in 2009. Now, faced with the overall economic crisis, we're quite satisfied with these figures. We had to absorb somewhat larger decreases in the first half of the year, but of course every other manufacturer did as well. However, in the second half we reversed that trend, and since September the BMW Group's global automotive sales have been back above 2008 levels, and they continue to climb. The month of December saw encouraging growth of over 10% for the BMW Group, with sales of over 124,000 vehicles. Altogether, we experienced a more moderate change, a more moderate decline than we initially expected or anticipated. All in all, the BMW Group performed better than the overall Plus segment last year, and we maintained our position as the world's leading provider of premium automobiles. Here in the United States, we sold close to 242,000 BMW Mini and Rolls-Royces. That was a decrease of around 20% from 2008, better than the premium segment overall. December gave us cause for optimism, of course. Last month, our sales were up 9.2% over the same period last year here in the US. Now, looking ahead, on a global level, we're cautiously optimistic as we move into 2010. We expect to still feel the effects of the financial crisis, but we're confident that we'll return to the growth path during this year. Now, we're aiming for single-digit growth in 2010. Looking at the US, it's hard to make predictions about the market during the year. However, we anticipate some positive momentum from the middle of the year onwards, and for the full year in 2010, we expect to achieve higher sales than in 2009. So what makes us confident about the future? Well, first of all, a company that builds cars like these, such ultimate driving machines, is bound to be the strongest contender in a tough competitive environment. And we have much more in store for our customers around the world. The BMW 5 Series Gran Turismo recently came to market, and today we're introducing the 535i, another model to this range here in the US. A month ago, we launched the BMW Active Hybrid X6. Great car, I drive one myself. The BMW Active Hybrid 7 will be at US dealerships towards the end of the second quarter. And we also have an all-wheel drive version of the 7 Series that has just been launched here. We're pleased also to announce the return of the 7 Series with the inline-6 engine to North America this year. And it's here with us today, so you can see it a little bit later. But last and not least, we have very high expectations for the BMW 5 Series sedan, which has received an extremely positive media response, and I thank all of you who have seen that car and made those comments. Now, by the end of 2012, we will have renewed around 60% of our product range, and this will bring our portfolio right up to date and make it even more attractive to our customers. Our second issue is that we have confidence in the strength of our global network, including this market. We have been investing $1 billion in the growth and expansion of our business in the United States. We announced last fall that we'll invest a further $1.5 billion in our plants in Germany up to the end of 2010, and around $840 million in China for the expansion of our Shenyang facilities. But the US remains one of our most important markets. It accounts for over 20% of the company's sales. And the BMW Group provides directly and indirectly 50,000 jobs across America. With 70% of our US product going abroad, we are the largest exporter in the NAFTA region. Now, our BMW and Mini dealers have continued to invest in their business. Last year, here in the US, they invested $427 million in new facilities, and over the last 10 years, a total of $3.2 billion has been put in by our network in this country. They were profitable throughout the recession, and today they are one of the strongest franchises in this particular marketplace. They continue to be very valuable contributors to the local communities right across America. And of course, this underscores our commitment to this market and of course strengthens our brands even more. Our third reason for optimism is that the BMW Group is a pioneer in the field of sustainability. The Dow Jones Sustainability Index confirmed for the 5th consecutive year that we are the world's most sustainable automotive company. We have already delivered more than 1.6 million vehicles with efficient dynamics technologies to customers right around the world. And we've reduced our fleet's CO2 emissions more than any other car company in Europe or in the United States. And we're doing our part to support the US in achieving a sustainable future. Customers here realize the improvements and benefits of diesel technology. I'm delighted to say that in December, 1 out of every 3 BMW X5s sold in the United States was a diesel. Now that would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. In fact, it's only a year ago we actually launched those cars at this show. Now, diesel is a very important component of our efficient dynamics strategy, and we are currently evaluating, as you would expect, the introduction of more diesel models to this market. Now, sustainability is not just about products. It's also about clean production. Our plant in Spartanburg obtains around 60% of their energy from a nearby landfill site, and that's by converting methane gas into power. Now, this provides for the perfect backdrop to our role in the Olympic and Paralympic Games in London in 2012. Both of these events have been designed with sustainability in mind, and that is why it is so fitting that the BMW Group, the world's most sustainable car company, is the official automotive partner of the Olympic and Paralympic Games. Ladies and gentlemen, more than 2 years before the Games in London, what can we still accomplish with efficient dynamics? And most importantly, what can we show you here today? For that, allow me to hand over now to my colleague, Dr. Klaus Draeger. Klaus, I'm sure you've got some exciting news for us.